Alright, so blue-white skies or mid-range or whatever you want to call it. Basically, one of the things I want to make sure that I highlight with this deck is a lot of people look at decks like this and they see Teferi and Absorb and they think about this as a control deck. I look at this deck and this is definitely a mid-range deck. This is a deck that has threats and is looking to close out games. We do have some controlling elements. We have interactive things like you expect out of mid-range decks, but I do think this is more of a mid-range deck that can kill people as opposed to being a dedicated control deck. One thing that I do wonder looking at this is we have these 4 copies of Absorb. I wonder if Absorb's a card that we really want to be playing in this archetype just because we do have a lot of tap-out style effects. So let's go ahead and dive in and see how things go. Is today a shorter stream? I generally go till at least 4 o'clock, so I'm going to be live for another 2 hours or so, 2+ hours at a minimum. If one or both of these decks go well, they'll fill out like 3 hours or so. Yeah, 4 p.m. Central. It's currently 10 to 2 here. Alright, my schedule is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., but I often do more than that. This matchup is probably unwinnable. They're playing Gates. Gates tends to devour decks like this that are just kind of mid-rangey. Nope, they shipped 4 cards. We found a land. We found some other cards that can help us dig to stuff. Oh wait, Guildgate Stomping Ground. Maybe they're just green-red. They could just be green-red. Sweet. Great. Straight green-red is probably much better for us. That's fine. I didn't want to scry there anyways. Arena, it's okay. Did you scry 6? No, I scried 3 and then I scried 3 again. Scry 3 again. So next turn, I don't want to scry because I'm going to play Sphinx of Foresight. This card's been impressive in the decks we've put it in. We played mono blue tempo with this card in it. It felt pretty reasonable. Hey, what's going on, Broken Shard? Life is swell. Probably should have scried with the map there. Let's see if they have another lava coil or not. Sweet. All right. Well, I think I actually bottomed that just because it's so. Got our removal is really bad against Spellbreaker, huh? I think we're looking for like Teferi here at this point. Some kind of bomb. Deal. In. Teferi lets us untap the treasure map here too, which is great. Actually, so I drew this Absorb, so now I'm actually going to untap these two so I can absorb, only having to use 1 treasure. I think that's actually worth absorbing. It's just going to get too many friends along with it. We just started the Sphinx's deck. Alright, so we have now entered what I like to refer to as garbage time. Which is, my opponent agrees that we have entered garbage time. What I mean by garbage time is we've entered the portion of the game where we still haven't won yet, but the game is thoroughly over and our opponent likely cannot win. Do I cut Warden here just because it's awkward against some of their stuff? Maybe Deputy's probably not good enough. Go to 3-3-3 on these. Give it a try. I have too many things on the screen. I have the minimum number of required things on the screen. I do not have anything on my overlay that is not important. We tried it in, technically it was blue-white, we had Dovin as well, but yeah, this card, it felt like it was okay in mono blue for us. I think I bottomed this here. Thanks, card. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Tournament was really sweet. Go ahead and exile this right away. Just take him out. Oh, weird. Someone said they purchased merch. It didn't pop up in the actual alert, but it popped up there. Time to get some quality shirts. I'm not sponsored by Jeff, but if you want to, I certainly could be. They bought a t-shirt and a jester. They bought 2 t-shirts. Okay. I'll have to check my actual alert box didn't come up in for some reason. I'll have to get that fixed. Thank you, Johnny boy. No, I lost because their deck ran me over. That can stay right there. They have, they've named Warrior on both their territories. That one's probably going to have haste, so let's give it a counter. Alright, she's got 2 thumbs and is dead to a collision. This guy right here. I'm bottoming that.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Seems pretty good.
Well chosen.
Rude. Double spell cards are like cheating. Sure to grab. I think I just have to do this. I don't think I want a Cleansing Nova and give this up. this to start and see what we draw. Exile this. Teferi tuck this. Reverse, 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 reverse. Get an attack in here and buffer my health total a little bit. Absorb is great. If your deck can cast Absorb, you should be casting Absorb. It's very, very good. Yeah, and Absorb, I guess it's worth mentioning that Absorb is good because I wasn't sure if we were going to have time to hold it up. And Teferi's definitely made it fairly easy to hold up, which is relevant. Alright, so here I probably just Lyra kill the Karn and then cast Cleansing Nova. Do you have a favorite card of all time? Yeah, Spellstunner Sprite. Favorite magic card, not close. The real question is, do I want to beat someone in 56 while I'm at 87%? Yeah, I think we need to Nova here. I think we need to Nova. That's bad for us. Well, they're not using the auto tapper because the auto tapper is bad with the auto tapper is bad with unclaimed territory. So I understand why they are not auto tapping.
If you show remorse, we need to move quickly.
That card's pretty good with Teferi's untap here. Yeah, the auto tapper only uses territory if it's your last land. It's a warrior. It's not. It's just a goblin. It is but a simple goblin. Sure. Gamma. Gamma. Could you warrant Lyra after first strike damage? I could have. That's a fun idea. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. What's the lowest percentage we can get down to here? Let's find out together. Wow, this is good. So they're saving their siege gang by killing my angel, which means my Teferi gets to live. It's like this Angel of Grace was real great.
Time for plan B, as soon as I think of one. Keep up the pace.
Oh, it's so good. Why is it so good, chat? Why is it so good? Oh, Angel of Grace Teferi is real wrong. And by wrong, I mean if it's wrong, then I don't want to be right, chat.
Want me to phase you out of time?
Do you want me to phase you out of time? Yeah, I'm hopefully going to work out the details of what a sub-tournament's going to look like over the weekend. Alright, does anyone in chat think my opponent can win right now? Does anybody, like, if they, like, stacked my deck, could they even still win? No, there's like they're like almost zero, right? Blix, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Yeah. They could win if we didn't have draw steps. I agree. All right, I'm gonna count that as a W for our deck. How are you doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. Sillaris, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. And TMT Prodigy, thanks for cashing in your Twitch Prime this way. Welcome, welcome. If you enjoy standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. That's pretty much all we play here. As always, a big shout out to my wonderful subs like Prodigy, like Blix, like Cyrillus. They are the folks that keep me employed. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. And also like to give a shout out to some of my wonderful sponsors. Quip provides wonderful, affordable, quality electric toothbrushes. If you check out bit.ly/HugoQuip, you can get your first refill kit with a brush head, toothpaste, and battery for free with that. If you sign in using your Twitch account when you do that, you can bump a deck in my deck queue for free when you buy a brush from them. Hurley Burley Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. They do border extensions like my beautiful basic lands here, as well as full art replacements. And if you head on over to hurleyburleystudio.com, you can find a wonderful portfolio of all of her other works there. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artworks that they have on their website. Ken Shockley, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Resub for the complimentary timeout. We got you. We aim to please. Top 8 is a thing. The top 8 is a thing for this month. The new thing, the new structure for top 1,000 starts next month, I believe, or one of the future months. Starts somewhere in the future. Thanks, Shava. Yeah, the Rivals tournament was fun. The Teamer Climb deck is very good. Para Rules with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This scene sounds great. We got double Warrant against an aggro deck. Got triple threat against a control deck. Get to scry me a river. Get that. Kept 7 and get to scry before we start. Holy gosh, they're pairing us against all the good people. This person is rank 30. So if we are by some means in danger of winning the match again, I'm going to concede. Basic Mountain. They could be the mid-range deck. I'm gonna keep the treasure map. They could be the mid-range deck. Well, you need to understand the tournament yesterday was run by Twitch. It wasn't run by Wizards of the Coast. So Wizards of the Coast is often hesitant to mention Hearthstone and their competitors, but like Twitch obviously is not. Why concede if I'm going to win? Because it's negative expected value. The people I concede to when I'm going to win are people who are probably within striking distance of top 8 if they grind to their little heart's content. And I am never going to be top 8 this season, so next season when we're trying to stay top 1,000, obviously we're not going to do that. But this season, people that could make it, I'm not taking points away from them. Yeah, Shava, you need to understand that for every person that likes how I moderate things here, there's a lot of other people who don't like how I moderate things. That's why my chat's so different than other places on the internet, right? Why do I play the game out? Because my goal is to play Magic here. Like, my goal while streaming is to play meaningful matches of Magic against interesting games. Learn about decks, how matchups go. Also, half the reason I concede to people at the top now is because I love listening to people salt off about it in chat. It's great. So many people get so upset when I do nice things. They do. There are a lot of people who think the way I moderate my chat is the equivalent to censorship from the government, basically, which is just really funny. I think I'm just gonna make another 4-4 here. We're just like on team 4-4 flyers. Anybody else want to be on team 4-4 flyers with me? This is the part where people tell me that doing something nice for one person is like being mean to everybody else. That reminds me, Matt and I did a charity stream for the Red Cross after one of the hurricanes hit in Florida, I believe, and there were a bunch of really rancid people that were like, you shouldn't do that, they're a bad charity. Just like, holy crap, people. I wonder if this turn, if I was supposed to just hold up double Warrant as opposed to... Yeah, maybe I was just supposed to hold up double Warrant this turn. Sarah Angel confirmed reasonable in this matchup. Mods, help me, I have too much free speech. The actual thing that cracks me up the most these days are the people who will post things like, Jeff will never be successful until he changes what he does. It's just like, y'all should look at my numbers. I think we're gonna be okay. Hey, Macon, thanks for the host, I appreciate that. Hope you had a good stream. So here's an interesting question. Well, I was gonna say, do I let them draw cards with risk factor? Now the obvious answer is, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that's that's a spicy meatball. That is tasty. Oh, I feel good. Do. Knew that we would not. Do. Man, we just beat Mono Red without drawing Absorb. That is super impressive. If you told me this deck was gonna beat Mono Red, I'd just be like, yeah, we just drew a bunch of Absorbs, right? That was sweet. That was quite fantastic. This is not a Cleansing Nova matchup. This is a Settle the Wreckage matchup. I almost feel like it's not. Do I want a couple of negates? Trim a treasure map. Can we appreciate how good Warrant was there? Can we appreciate how good Warrant was? This card's been really good in a couple of shells. Sphinx of Foresight also like punched the clock and went to work for us. Was very happy with this. You can't prove things that are subjective, Dr. Nick, as much as I appreciate the support. Yeah, I think this is fine. I get to seal away their first creature, I get to Warrant the next one, and then hopefully we curve out into Lyra. Objectively, subjectively. Yep, God bless. Ooh, piece of candy. What is my preferred Warrant deck? I don't know. Like, a lot of the shells surrounding Warrant don't seem particularly good, if that makes sense. Like, Warrant itself seems like a good card, but the cards you put around with it don't... I haven't found a good mix. Objectively is the new literally. I agree with that statement. Concur. So I'm going to use this Warrant really aggressively here, just preserve my health total. I just want to ideally stay as high as possible while we work into this Lyra. So, even though this G2 Lava Runner is going to come back down with haste, we're still going to put a Warrant out for its arrest. Does that mean objectively means figuratively? Come on. Come on. Don't sail away. Oh no, Captain, there's been a terrible storm. There's been a terrible storm. I could see it being right to pull the curve down for Dovin. No, come back! I wasn't gonna beat you! Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. Oh, I wasn't gonna beat you. No, I should have, yeah. I felt like maybe there was more play left to that game. That's sad. I wanted to be nice. Come back. Come back. Officially dethroned as King of Concessions. Feels like it. I'm going to cut these Dream Eaters. I'm going to put a couple of Dovins in. I think Dovin is just bad Lingering Souls. Is probably on board for this deck. Not drawing the Azers has really helped. Yeah, I don't know if that card's good, but the rest of this deck seems okay. The opponent was 30th. I think I keep this. God, the Sphinx is so good. It's interesting how much better Sphinx is on the draw versus being on the play. I think I'm going to ditch Cleansing Nova in the dark and keep the other two. I could see it being right to ditch all of them, though, just so I have the ability to like, find a 2-drop removal spell. Hey, Italian Gaming, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Alright, really happy I kept the Absorb now. So, they could have Growth Spiral into a thing. I'm going to be really sad if they Growth Spiral here and then play Wilderness Reclamation, but I think it's right to jam Dovin this turn, so that way I can get a clock going. Yeah, I should stack the land first, you're right. So they're going to play Wilderness Reclamation. I'm going to be incredibly sad. Yes! Fist pump. Yeah, Nova has some good flexibility here for sure. Alright, so do I Sphinx and try and dodge again? They didn't have it last turn. Joel, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for shipping that support this way this month. I think I just need to put them on a clock. I could get comboed here, but like the longer clock I have, the more time they get. So, alright, we're dead. Got it. The Anticipate does give them a lot of looks. You're not wrong. Ooh, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Yeah, one can stay right there. They might just be the what's it called deck. They might just be the Wilderness Reclamation. I am not playing Teferi this turn. I want to leave counterspells up. No, I want to leave Absorb up here. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think they're the Expansion Explosion Niv deck, is what they are. Yep. People have been reporting issues with Deckmaster off and on today. I'm not sure if they're having a server problem. Deckmaster is working on my end. So we do have them dead in 2 here, which is great. Nova would be the problem is they probably have a counterspell. Watch them just have like another Nexus here. It's actually another Nexus. Whoa. Magic. I'm glad we put Dovin in and then I'm like, are immediately happy we have Dovin, so that's nice. I mean, the good news is, if they have Expansion Explosion here, I get to concede. They probably have Expansion Explosion here. They don't kill us. They draw enough cards to find another Nexus, chat, and then they do it again the following turn. For those that aren't familiar with how the opponent's deck wins. I rounded down. For people thinking I said, for people that aren't familiar with the number I said, I rounded down. They were bluffing. Get out of here. They were going to objectively draw a billion cards. Nizala's for the control mirror. How do I bump a deck with my quick purchase? Yeah, just drop me a message, Prodigy. Just go ahead and click on my name here. I don't have something written down for that one because it's kind of special just for that sponsor. So just DM me and let me know which deck you'd like to bump up. Thank you. I appreciate you checking out the sponsor. The concede was agile development. Pour one out for my boy Sphinx of Foresight, chat. This card is wonderful. This, I think I'm in for this. This means if they Azcanta on 2, I can take it away. Thanks, chicken sandwich. I'm glad this deck seems good. We had a couple of stinkers in a row. Nails, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good one. Deal. Treasure map's actually incredibly good here as well, because it's going to ramp us up, which is going to allow us to it's not only fixing our card quality, but it's also going to give us enough mana to like deploy a threat plus hold up interaction. That being said, we are still just looking for a land tier, right? Perfect. I should probably just wait a turn. I'm just gonna wait a turn. Next turn I can play Teferi and just start amassing cards. We basically just want to like keep their Wilderness Reclamation off there at any part. How do you feel about Esper mid-range as a deck? I don't know. It felt okay earlier in the season, but Darby stopped playing it probably for a reason. That one can resolve. Draw a land here. Perfect. Struggle with Esper mid-range after the first couple weeks. It struggles to go the distance with Sultai. Yeah, I can see that. It's like doesn't have the grind to keep up with the top dog. Yeah, when Azure attacks, you get to Sphinx's Revelation. Should I negate in case they have Mystic? Maybe. I think it's important to use our more expensive counters first. They have an expansion. Probably dead here. Yep. Yep. Well, they don't do it this turn. Okay, that is not a Wilderness Reclamation yet. We tanked there, so they had 2 good choices or 2 bad choices. Yep, just more cantrips. Yep. I mean, it can buy us a turn if we get another turn. They are currently lacking an engine. The problem is, if they kill Deputy, they get their engine back, because I put their engine under here. Now stop it. Don't mouse over my Deputy. The radio might go if you just gotta tear it down to the bare metal. Right, well, Gale, shoot. My 6-6 is smaller than their 7-7. Yeah, there's a number of streamlined versions of the Temur Nexus deck running around. I wonder if Azure would have been too pushed if he couldn't be countered. That felt bad. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'm actually kind of into what this blue-white deck's doing, even if it is probably miserable against Nexus. Most things are miserable against Nexus. Oh yeah, put the Hydroid Crisis back on top of their deck? That sounds like a good plan. Yikes. Alright, we're gonna give the Lawbringer another match or two, see if it can do anything. But I do agree, I think the Lawbringer's actually not very good. Believe it or not, there's a reason why that card hasn't seen any play. Green Black Elves is the deck you're looking for a budget creature deck in Modern. Azure, I mean, Azure has never been playable, right? Gosh, I looked at this hand and was like, we're gonna brick on our land and die, but we had Sphinx. Man, does Sphinx deliver. Gosh, golly, that card is wonderful. There are Ixalan's bindings in our sideboard. I'm not sure that they solve problems that we have. We would like to hit another blue source here ideally, but you know, beggars won't be choosers, all that. Definitely just want to like try and curve out to Warrant and Teferi. Looking like mono blue here. Settle the Wreckage is pretty bad in this matchup. So hopefully we draw blue source next turn and then get to play the Sphinx as a blocker. So the treasure map could help me get to 5 next turn, but I think it's right to just make them have another counterspell here and settle the wreckage them. Yep. So, hoping to draw a land so we can Teferi down tick here. The pre-combat chart seems to imply that they didn't have a counterspell there. Yeah, I agree, Gordon. The Sphinx has been really impressive. And just like a 4/4 for 4 as a stat line is like nothing to scoff at. Holy crap, that worked. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now. How can anybody, I need some, how am I supposed to feel? So I'm not sure like what to do with my hands. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, you got me. You got me. Just another curious obsession. Curiouser and curiouser. I'm a psychologist and I'd be scared. Bye, friends. Bye, friends. Okey doke. No, I didn't want to attack in case they drew Spell Pierce.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Let's skip to the good.
This leaves me dead to... This leaves me dead to a curious obsession, but I think I'm okay with that. Like they've already played there. This seems good for me too.
According to plan.
Hey, Kib, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good one. Well,
Whatever your plans, they're statistically likely to fail.
I think there might be something to what this deck is doing. I'm still excited about the Warrant resolving. I think it's worth sacrificing all of my treasures to do this. You have another Merfolk Trickster? Man, that's brutal. Good guy Dovin giving us the 1 point of life. God bless ya.
Small example of my genius.
I think we're actually ahead right now with the Angel of Grace in the bin. Oh, you know what? I should have exiled this and then done this, right? Yeah. Alright, this is the part where they use dive down and then I cry. I just really don't understand how this game works anymore, because this is not how these games usually work. I just genuinely confused. It's not a clue. Think I just down-ticked this.
I'm inspired by a good assault.
No! Don't counter me! No! No! It was a 6-6. It was a 6-6. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. If that card had just been Lyra, we'd have won that game, right? Like if that card had just been Lyra, right? We'd have probably won that game if that had just been Lyra. Well, no, I had 2 mana left, right? I'd have been able to play Dovin afterwards. I could have led on Dovin and then stuck Lyra. I have to go back and check the tape. No, I cut the Settle. Settle's not good here. I'm kind of into what this deck is doing. I don't know, but if they don't counter Dovin, that's still fine for me. Like, Dovin keeps us alive. Hey, Enrique, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was impressive, right? Like, I feel like there's something going on here that I'm interested in doing. Azure is not good. Just to be on record, we're gonna cut him after this. I've entertained him for a couple of matches. It was in the original viewer submitted deck. He is bad and he will be going away. Thanks, Dan. No, it's not good against the Nexus decks either. Because it's a 6-mana card that they counterspell and then untap and kill you. No, Azure's just not good, chat. He's just not good. It's okay. It's okay. I know you love terrible cards, but he's just not good. Hey, J Sims, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. And thank you. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Yep. Honestly, Dovin's been very good in this deck. Dovin's good in most decks we try him in, honestly. No, it's not uncounterable. If it was uncounterable, it'd be playable. I think just putting some Lyra into our main deck is probably worthwhile. Perfect. No blocks. Draw your card.
The small things that matter. Results are an anomaly, not to be repeated.
What do you think of the Thopter split card? I don't think that card is very good in a control deck. I guess the life gain on it's not irrelevant. That's pretty good. That takes Tempest out of play, and it blocks Merfolk Trickster, and by that I mean it gets counterspelled. Then we're into an island. Yeah, there should be four Baffling Ends in this deck. Alright, I think it should be a third Cleansing Nova as well. Some of the wreckage is pretty mediocre in a format with Mono Blue. Alright, got 2 shots of Cleansing Nova, chat. So you have to gain 1 with Dovin, so you can pay 2 for the Hallowed Fountain. It doesn't, you can't pay 2 for a shock land if you don't have 2 life. So. Angel of Grace would have been good as well, I agree. Pro plays, exactly. That's why you're here, right? You're here to see the 5-figure outlines like that. Put at least 1 Lyra into the main. Want a 4th Baffling End in the sideboard, and a what's it called? Nova in the sideboard, 3rd Nova. I think the 2 settles in the main are probably fine. Yeah, do I want to just fit a 3rd Lyra in the main? I might. Or a 2nd Lyra in the main. Maybe Settle's not good enough. Just like put 3rd Nova Lyra in the main deck. Wonder if it's crazy to just like max out on seal away style effects. I mean, we do have Angel of Grace. Angel of Grace plus Settle is a real squeeze. Yeah, this many Angel of Grace might be too many. Maybe I just want my 4th Dovin. It's also possible that I just want to push this in the direction of being more mid-rangey and just like, what if I just put 4 copies of History of Benalia in this deck? Is that unreasonable? Maybe I put the Novas in the sideboard and just be a play to the board deck. I don't hate that idea. What do What do we think of this? I think this is probably good. I think I want some cleansing novas against what's it called? But just like having actual pressure seems sweet. Han Bammer, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good one. I really don't think Raph's a very good card. Like, I think flying creatures are good. One of the things I think you have to have right now, if you're playing a mid-range deck that's not Sultai, I think playing flying creatures is a must. For Teferi might be too clunky too. I like Angel of Grace. She's pretty sweet. Maybe I just want a couple of Raph. Maybe I should give Raph a try. Nah, he's dumb. We don't have that many historic cards. I don't want to play this as instant. Let's try a couple of Deposes. That doesn't seem unreasonable. We put the last Angel of Grace in. Last Dovin. I'm gonna put the last Angel of Grace in. Drawing multiple Angel of Graces in a row often feels like cheating. Let's give this a try. This is 15. Yeah, that seems good. I have 18 white sources. This seems reasonable. Yeah, but chat, the cards you're naming that Raph flashes in, they're not that much better at instant speed. It's like you're not gaining a lot of value off of it. OTT, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I mean, we still have Sphinx of the Foresight. The deck's called Blue-White Sphinx, but we didn't say which Sphinx was the Blue-White Sphinx. I mean, like, I think I just keep this, right? Because, like, Sphinx is gonna let me scry into a lower curve cards if we need it. Warden is also a Sphinx, that's true. Great, let's scry for some action here. This card's actually better on the draw than it is in the play, which is really funny. You're just like, what are we looking for? None of that. I need something to do before turn 4. Yikes! Alright, well, sir, your services were not quite efficient enough, sir. Oh, do they not have another land? That's really good for me. That's really good for us. Scry me a river, baby. That was good stuff. And I'm pretty sure this is a Teferi out matchup. What do I actually want to cut here? Most of our deck seems really good. Did I just cut the treasure maps? I probably just cut the treasure maps, right? This seems reasonable. This seems reasonable. Seems fine. Oh, why don't you have a Sphinx so I can keep you? Oh, this hand's great, and it has a Sphinx so I can keep it, chat. It has a Sphinx so I can keep it. Aww. I love this card. It's really sweet. I'm gonna bottom everything except the Glacial, because I want to give myself the best chance to play this on 4. How fitting is it, by the way, that this card has an eye on it? Very, very fitting. God, Dovin is so good.
Maybe yours will hold.
This might be a good Dovin deck, too. This is one of my pet cards as well. Oh, chat. Oh, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. As someone who likes to respect the aggro decks, this deck seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's blue-white Sphinx mid-range. Yeah, Scry's one every turn, Zach. Oh, chat. Oh, why you so good, Sphinx of Foresight? Why are you so delicious and good? I love keeping one-landers. It's my favorite. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh. Didn't even need it. Didn't even need it. I would like the record to reflect that Magic is an easy game. I would like that. How terrifying does that have to be? Your opponent's like, hold on, let me scry 3. Nah, keep them. They're good. They're good. Stay right there. Oh, they're playing Gates. This is probably impossible for us. We probably can never beat Gates. Our deck, if we can beat Gates, it definitely involves History of Benalia, but this matchup's probably incredibly hard for us. Oh, are they Nexus of Gates? They're probably Nexus of Gates with Chart, of course, right? Okay, Absorb's pretty good here. Nope, that's just how Arena sounds. Audio's fine. Come on! Who plays Carnage Tyrant? What format am I playing? What format is this? Carnage Tyrant? What? Game 1 Carnage Tyrant? Oh my gosh, they only have 5 gates. Oh, I just kind of assumed that they had 6 gates and I didn't take a second to count. I just didn't take a second to count. Yikes. Yikes. All right, well, we said it was gonna be unwinnable. We said it was gonna be unwinnable, and then our opponent obliged us. They're like, yep, you're not wrong, Jeff. Ooh. Probably like what? Yeah, probably like a Miser Carnage Tyrant in the main. Huh. I think I'm supposed to keep all of those again. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom the history there so I can try and hit the Sphinx on curve. Yeah, there's a game of us keeping double Sphinx Snowland for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this just to put a counter on it. I know the history's there and we're keeping it. Go digging for some lands here. I finished second Warcraft. Are we dead yet? Maybe? The second place prize was 1,500. It was 3,000 to first and 1,500 to second. Because Magic tournaments have ridiculously heavy top end. Yep. Oh, they missed on a land that turn. That's probably good for us. with these strokes, I guess the strokes don't protect from Gates Ablaze. If they don't have another Gates Ablaze here, we could be okay with these strokes in our hand. Share the prize money with chat. All right, we'll be done. Ooh, I guess I can draw Negate. Yeah, the deck list is always current on your screen. Click, type exclamation point deck in chat or use the Stream Decker widget that I update for you. I don't think I want to change anything. I think I'm happy with what we did. Yeah, I'm gonna go and run it back. I don't think I really want to change anything for the Gates matchup. The Gates, this is just like the exact style of deck that Gates tends to devour. You really can't make too many changes to make it better. Now I think even with 4 negates, you're probably not going to beat Gates Ablaze. And against any other control deck other than Gates, Disdainful Stroke counters their sweeper, and Disdainful Stroke's pretty important against Sultai. I think you're supposed to bring in Stroke against Gates. I also think it just doesn't matter. Like, I think there's a bunch of people at putting a bunch of brain power into a matchup that's bad no matter how you play it. You should just, like, if you want to make your Gates matchup better, you play a deck that's not like this one. Oh, magic. It can't counter anything other than Gates Colossus, man. Those are people that probably watch Fox News. Doesn't counter anything other than Gates Colossus. All right, I'm just gonna try and play one more match with this before we move on to the next one. This mid-range deck is not good against Tron. Never forget, chat, if you ever find yourself playing a match of Magic and you're not having fun, just move on to the next one. Life's too short to spend time playing games that you don't enjoy. I think I have to mulligan this even with Sphinx. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I get a scry 1 and then a scry 3 to find some blue sources. Huh. That's interesting. I think I actually keep these. Oh, I should have stacked Treasure Map on top, probably. Nah, I'm gonna play Seal Land, too. You can easily lose to an unanswered Teferi. Completely disagree. You can lose to an unanswered Teferi out of a control deck that's going to draw a bunch of counter spells, but you're not losing to an unanswered Teferi out of a deck that's going to, like, draw a bunch of 4/4s and 5/5s. Howdy, Wicked. There's specific uses for which they're intended. Yeah, I want 3 Disdainful Strokes to board in against Sultai. Disdainful Stroke is much better than Negate against Sultai. Counters far more of their cards. okay if they want to trade a Midnight Reaper for this. So they're taking 2 per block here. So they're gonna kill my board and they're gonna lose 6, draw 6. Or sorry, I'm gonna have 1 knight left over. Oh, they have a Footlight Fiend trigger too, so they do kill my board. They're gonna draw up to 9 cards in hand, 10 with their draw step for the turn. Gristle Branded standard. Not quite Gristle Brand, but pretty close. And they have a handful of cards in the most literal sense. Priest. Okay, yep, that's scary. Man, I really don't have a good answer to Priest, huh? Like I don't have game 1. I don't have a good answer to Priest. Post board, I have Baffling End and Cleansing Nova, but right now I just have 1 more copy of Seal Away. I think we're probably dead. Yeah, I'll move to the next one. Get some better answers in our deck. Absorb seems kind of clunky. Trim a Warrant. This seems fine. I think Sphinx seems sweet, Mono Blue. I think it gives you an extra not Temptation card that can beat them down, and like it fixing your draw to dig to Curious Obsession is not unreasonable. I would cut the Memorial to Genius before I cut the Meandering Rivers. This deck has a double white card on 3 and a double blue card on 3, and I'd encourage you to look at Frank's Mana Math article to learn what are approximate probabilities for those. Come seal away, come seal away, come seal away with me. Boink. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What's going on, P-Dog? Hope you're having a good one. Woo. Hopefully dig to some lands with this treasure map. 4 on this attack step. No Judy here is good for us though, that's for sure. Yep. Yep. Might just be Baffling Ending a Conquistador here. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to... I'm actually going to get to guaranteed play a 5 next turn, right? Because I get to flip the treasure map, so even if I miss on the land, I get to make treasures and cast a 5-drop. No, I don't think that's true, Porth. I think it's pretty important that we have, access to the extra mana. Like this turn here is a great example of why this card is better than Azure Gateway. Just like having mana to cast my spell is really important. You can find my preferred version of Red-Black Aggro on my website. Alright, well this is good for us. This implies that they, Oh, you know what? Am I supposed to Angel of Grace inside of combat? Because Angel of Grace is going to have lifelink as well. You cannot drop from Mythic. Angel of Grace plus Lyra is kind of gross. And by gross, I mean wonderful. Woohoo! Activated my trap card, opponent. Activated my trap card. Is Teferi good here? Is it I'm gonna cut this and put in Warrant and Depose. Yeah, Depose gaining us life isn't relevant. Alright, let's draw some lands here. This might be a little slow on the draw, but it's kind of tough to lose with Angel of Grace and Lyra. We've got a lot of looks at lands. Well, I do enjoy a sure thing. Depends on if they have Judy here, we might just be too slow. There is a world where Dovin, down ticking, and Sphinx don't bridge us into these angels. Ixalan's binding's really slow. 4 mana for a removal spell in a matchup like this is a tough sell. This is good for us. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up on the big blue deck today. Hopefully Dovin just does his hey look a distraction and they send a bunch of stuff at him.
Point out your inadequacies.
But I'll make an exception for you.
Pocket sand mode activated for Dovin. And, like, even if they don't kill Dovin, I'm still kind of okay with this, right? Like, this comes back, but it costs them mana to do so. And Dovin's just gonna, like, make another blocker and get another life next turn.
My blood pumping.
Probably see this kill Dovin, because Dovin will gain another 1 next turn. So they should kill Dovin this turn, so otherwise he's gonna make a blocker.
I was incorrect.
And then with Angel of Grace, we should be alive next turn, even through Shocking, which is nice. Yeah, they just don't have attacks here. Perfect. All right, this game's done. I'm gonna cash this in. Just want to save every hit point here. Whoop. Oh, the old 12-point swing, no big deal. NBD. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely sweet. I'm happy with where we've ended, I feel like. Sphinx, the 4/4 Sphinx has been really sweet. I like that one a lot. Sure. What problem do we have that Tez solves? I'm not sure that Tez is better than just playing Teferi. Alright, sweet. This is, we can begin to answer the question, is this good, by getting a feel for the Sultai matchup. Yeah, this deck really makes me want to explore Sphinx and other shells. Azurius Spangles. Treasure Map puts a good draw. Gives me something to do with my mana this turn. Map plus Teferi feels good too. Yep. This is a matchup where Lyra's not great, but Angel of Grace is good here. I'm gonna bottom that. What am I looking for at this point? I'm not really sure. Lyra's not great because Vivian's a magic card. Nice, Loam. Yeah, I threw black-white aristocrats up on the website the other night. This is rude.
Beasts are much more reliable than humans.
Alright, I think I'm gonna keep that now. I'm pretty happy with Warrant. The Warden half of it's been useful too. And the Warrant half is really good with alongside Teferi, just because he untaps 2 lands and then it's a removal spell to protect him. How does 4 Sphinx, 4 Thief, Sultai sound? Interesting.
You can't stop.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You can't play the Wild Growth Walker package with that, right? This is the downside to playing out the Sphinx here instead of the Angel of Grace. It's very possible I should have just Angel of Grace here. Your vault only shows itself when it's at 100.
Skip to the good part.
No, tucking Vivian's bad. Tucking Vivian is a temporary solution to a permanent problem. It's not like, I'm not a counterspell deck where I'm just gonna like draw another answer to Vivian. Like, if I tuck Vivian, they're just gonna redraw her later. I'm blocking Branchwalker as opposed to Ravenous Chupacabra here, because I don't want them to find the Chupacabra back. Yeah, and this is again, like, it's very easy to say our deck is bad against Vivian Reed, and while we're not amazing against her, it's important to remember we're behind against this Vivian Reed because I messed up. If I'd have simply played if I'd have played the Angel of Grace, the turn they down-tick Vivian on the other one, we'd have been able to pressure her instead of playing the Sphinx. Playing the Sphinx opened us up to getting Chupacabra, which put us really far behind here. And then again, why it's like, it's so difficult to like get a read on like whether or not these matches are good or bad, because it's like, well, I'm struggling here, but I'd be struggling a lot less if I'd have made the correct line this game, right? So it's like, well, did I make a mistake? It's like, is the matchup bad, or is it just bad because I messed up? Or did I lose because I messed up, or is it a bad matchup?
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Yep, that's Croesus. I am riffle shuffling a deck. It's like a Magic player fidget spinner, basically. The idea the opposing deck pressured you into... Well, I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? What is the opposing deck applying pressure? But I have to do with me making a mistake. That sounds like some hot nonsense. It sounds... What happened here in this specific instance that we're looking at is I failed to play around something, and then I failed to play around something I could have played around and lost because I failed to play around it. So, like, the Vivian read's drawn them so many extra cards, and because it's been able to draw them extra cards, my Teferi died, so, like, everything snowballed from here. I let Teferi die because I needed to be able to kill their Vivian here. I'm basically trading my Planeswalker for their Planeswalker. Hey, Bennett, thanks for continuing that sub-gift. I appreciate that. So, like, the mistakes have snowballed here. My opponent drew 3 extra cards. My opponent was able to kill my Teferi, all because I played the wrong creature on turn 6 or 7 or whatever that was. It seems like a matchup where Warrant Warden seems real bad, Disdainful Stroke seems great. Lyra's pretty terrible here. Oh, Tocatli Honor Guard. That's a really good suggestion. I like that suggestion a lot. I agree that Tocatli Honor Guard sounds like a great card for this deck. I might have frozen my webcam changing the setting. Oh, let me replug it. Oh. Sure, absorb on the plate seems fine. Is the microphone still messed up?
Alright, well, I'm not really sure what happened.
Did that fix the audio? Or is the audio still messed up? We're good now. Okay, I'm just gonna play without a webcam for the rest of the stream, and I'll get it sorted out after. OBS must be losing its mind with the repopped re-put in. That's really weird, yeah, because there's not another audio input on my thing. Well, no, there's not another audio input on my OBS. I checked the audio setting. So these are Black White Aristocrats will do. Thanks for the support. Wonder if my angel's dead here. Negate. Okay. Yeah, plugging the other one in must be crossing some wires somewhere. Yeah, people said it had an echo, so when I plugged in the webcam, when I re-plugged the webcam, it must be using both of them for some reason. But there's definitely only one audio input on my computer. They have another counterspell. The second counterspell, it doesn't bode well for us. That's unfortunate. The USB ports that I used are also right next to each other, so maybe when I plugged the other one back in, it shook something loose. No. OBS has a native Linux version. Streaming software isn't something that you want to run via Wine. You're not gonna have a good time. OBS is cross-platform, runs on OS X, Windows, and Linux.
It's only a matter of time.
It might be a hardware issue. It could be a hardware issue from when I like unseated, like when the that's a good draw. When the webcam froze, I unplugged and replugged the webcam, and maybe I bumped something loose in the back. Can a mod make a command so I don't have to repeat myself? Please and thank you.
I won't lose more. Draw and fire.
I'm not gonna play the Angel of Grace inside of combat because they drew a hostage taker or a chupacabra. I want them to still be dead. How many USB ports do I have on my computer? I think I have 4 or 6 in the back, and then I have 2 on the front. I think it's 4 in the back. Angel of Grace confirmed decent. I think I want a negate to counter their negates and their Vivians. Thank you, mods. You rock. Angel of Face, yeah, it's very difficult too to race Angel of Grace, right? Like, any game where you have 2 to 3 Angel of Graces, your opponent's like gonna have a hard time. So you're just like, fog you, add 5 power, fog you, add 5 power, etc. Yeah, we beat up aggro earlier by going end step Angel, end step Grace into Lyra. It was pretty good. It sounds great. It's got a Sphinx in it, so we get to scry into some lands here that we need. This, I think. I think Settler Wreckage just isn't very good in this format in general. With Mono Blue being one of the premier aggro decks, playing a bunch of copies of Siren Storm Tamer, it just leaves a lot to be desired. The maps have been really good. The added mana from being able to play your spell sooner with map has felt really important, especially when it comes to like playing a threat and still holding up a counter spell. See if they keep this or not. They know I have 2 Baffling Ends. They don't care about Baffling End, basically. Hopefully they miss a land drop next turn or the turn after. It's gonna really suck. Sphinx is awkward in this matchup because we play like our 4th land play Sphinx, they play Vivian the following turn. But on the back of Baffling End, our Knights would be able to pressure Vivian after she kills our Sphinx, so I think that's fine. I would probably classify this as a mid-range deck. We don't really have a ton of counter spells. So we're hoping to dodge Vivian here. Just a removal spell is not a big deal. Vivian's a big deal because she comes into play and she... God, these stupid Baffling Ends. That's incredibly unfortunate. Oh, thank you. I was like, I don't have any removal spells that kill that. I do have Teferi, though. Teferi I do have. Everything worked out better than expected. And the fact that, like, we traded there now looks really good because we drew Teferi.
Now what?
Alright, looking for more answers to Hostage Taker. I'm gonna find back our friends here. Yep. Man, it's so much worse when I do fun faces when we hit exactly what we need and you can't see me. I'm sorry for ruining your immersion. I apologize for ruining it for you. So maybe this first find aggressively here means they have a second. Definitely made a face when we hit the absorb after talking about wanting the absorb. Huh. I think I'm in for that. Speaking of audio, just mono, one hit after another. These people are great by the... You can still see it. Alright, these people are great by their stuff. These people also great by their stuff. Back to the Magic Arena. My handles are beautiful. Absorb! Absorb! Playcrafter is rude. I think I keep Treasure Map just because it increases the quality of my average draw from here. Eventually it draws some cards. Them down to 10 is pretty reasonable here because it means it makes Angel of Grace a good draw. Now, Treasure Map's a pretty unique card. Alright, we're dead because they drew the card that makes their card better than our deck. They have 2 3/2s here. Dovin's probably not very good in the face of 2 3/2s. Baffling End. One of these, just get it out of play and take some pressure off. So next turn they're going to Krasis for 5, draw 2. We can Binding the Krasis. Binding on Krasis is actually pretty reasonable because it means even if they kill the Binding, the Krasis just dies and it keeps them off of playing future Krasis. We did not try Karn in this deck. This might be a good Karn deck. Binding cuts off all of the Hydra's heads. It's a good way to put it. Alright, well, I mean, depending on how good the rest of their leftovers are here, if we don't get, like, Vivian, I think we're actually a little bit ahead. They just moused over their graveyard, so they could have a find, or they could just be, like, exploring what they want to do with this memorial, which doesn't really have good options at the moment. Looking for any source of card advantage here. Or Angel of Grace, like threats are good too. I guess Teferi's not even that good at the moment, just because they have Plaguecrafter in their bin. I mean, we're not really running that good here. If we were running good, we would have drawn 2 spells there. Instead, we just took 2 draws and drew 1 spell in 2 draws. Like we drew a spell in 2 cards. It's like running pretty close to average, right? Yeah, utility lands. Sweet. Disdainful Stroke's a good bit of insurance in case they rip a Vivian. We have Angel of Grace to go back up to 10. Yeah, I agree. This deck feels like it's doing some neat things. I like what we have going on here. Yeah, binding taking them off of Krasis does a lot for us. You think I can fit anything else in my mouth along with my foot? Do you think I can fit anything in my mouth along with my foot? Just my foot? Just my foot? Good. So the Krasis is going to be for 6. So I get to stroke the Krasis, eat the Merfolk Branchwalker inside of combat, and then I have a draw 2 sitting in play. You want to talk about running good. You want to talk about running good. Don't talk to me about running good. Yikes. like to dive into things with 2 feet. 2 feet, chap. I guess I'm dead here if they have Disdainful Stroke. I could exile this. They know about this, so if they attack in, that means they have an answer. I'm gonna do this and be a little conservative. Rather than play the one out of my hand and die to a stroke. Maybe they also drew a bunch of lands this game. It's actually kind of funny. We're actually both through the same number of cards in our deck. There's 31 cards in their deck, and there's 32 in ours at the moment. Stroke me, baby. Vraska's Contempt feels bad, because it means I don't get to get a couple of time walks by gaining back up to 10. Squire of Hoaglandia with the 10-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They should probably shoot a Baffling End to make a 3/3 here, right?
So much more I've seen things that would break
deal.
someone like you.
Or find a crisis. Alright, we're done. Good games, opponent. Let's play one more. I feel like, 1, I want a couple of Tocatli honor guards in my sideboard. 2, we lost the first game in that set because I made a mistake, so... I think the Deputy of Detentions are not amazing. Let's get a couple of these in here. I wonder if I just want 2 Tocatlis in my main. I think I do. Going to push Big Blue to the morning? No, I'll just run long. That's fine. There's still plenty of people in here, even with my webcam foobard. Or my audio foobard, or whatever the issue is. Tocatli does not stop Crisis. It stops all their Explorer creatures, though, and it stops their Chupacabras and their Hostage Takers. Tocatli does turn off Angel of Grace. That's a fair assessment. I don't know that line of text on Angel of Grace is necessarily why we're playing it, though. Like Angel of Grace is like good as like just a 5/4 flash flyer. I want all of these things. You'll notice that I left the 2 spells on top of... my deck and drew the land to play around Thought Erasure. Sphinx of Foresight has been really sweet. Even when it just sets up like this, it still feels reasonable. 4/4, yeah! Yeah, take my Sphinxy, let's do it. Yep. So... I think I'm gonna play Dovin and just make a blocker here. This way they have to have a removal spell plus have a counter spell for my Seal Away. Let's see if they have a counter spell as well. I feel bad. That thief killing Dovin here means that it's not taking a card off my deck, though, which is nice. Why do they have main deck Negate? Wow, that's brutal. It's pretty unfortunate for us. Look, History of Benalia. Strange. No, I don't think we're done yet. You want to wait and see if we hit a land? Yeah, we hit a land. We can like try and Angel of Race them here. Sure.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds. You're doing me a favor.
Do I want to attack Dovin here? I'm not sure that I do. I think I just hang out. Yeah, I think keeping Thief from hitting us again is more important than like hitting Dovin down.
Small example of my genius.
Thanks for watching, Mark. Hope you're having a good one. Meandering River doing its greatest Temple of Tilt impersonation. Really would have preferred an untapped land there so I could play my Dovin plus hold Absorb up, but... Yeah, I can still see chat. Everything's the same. It's just my webcam is toggled off. They hit a second blue, which opens up like Sinister Sabotage and stuff like that.
I will gladly point out your inadequacy. I'm inspired by a good assault.
That's brutal.
I constantly
Probably done here. Yeah, they get to flip Nick and then steal Teferi next turn. Ixalan's Binding sounds good here. Tocatli Honor Guard seems less than stellar. Seal Away is probably fine. They're likely going to attack with Nicol Bolas occasionally. I think Warden's just good as a threat. History of Benalia seems like fine pressure. I don't think I want Stroke or Negate against the Thief of Sanity deck. Yeah, I was going to swap the Tocatlis for the Bindings. If the Angels attack, their Thief of Sanity hits me every turn and, like, just buries me in cards, including answers to my Angels, so I think doing that's probably not ideal. I think Baffling End is narrow enough that I'd rather have Warrant Warden with the flexibility. Like, obviously, Warrant Warden is a little bit worse against counter magic and discard spells, but the flexibility Warrant Warden offers, I think, is pretty important here. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. Do 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 do. I should have just believed, chat. We could have jammed. Should have just believed. They could have Bedevil to kill my treasure map. That's true. Are any standard decks you don't play first with? There are not. Playing first is pretty much always correct in this constructed format. I'm gonna lead on Dovin rather than History, because I'd rather History resolve, I think. So Dovin baits a counterspell here. Deal. Still just digging for lands. Perfect. Go ahead and play Dovin again. Same logic. Rather he gets countered than History gets countered. Probably just jam Lyra next turn. Big scary angel. Yep. I'm actually gonna wait on activating the treasure map, especially. Can someone go back and check that? When I dragged this out, it was highlighting Memorial to Genius, right? Or am I crazy? Am I crazy, or when I dragged this up, did it highlight this and then tap this? Can someone clip that so I can send a bug report? If so. If not, I'll have to go back and get it myself. I was like, I checked, and then I think it did that earlier to me too. Proof the auto tapper is out to get ya. Hey, Jared, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks, folks. Thank you, everyone who took a second and made a clip there. Please never use the word cancer as a descriptor in my chat again. You've been timed out for 10 minutes. If you do it again, you'll be banned. Poor Auto. Little did the Auto Tapper know I was its best friend in the Magic Arena community. Should have stabbed me in the back, Auto Tapper. I was the one person looking out for you. Yeah, I really feel like Hostage Taker especially has really highlighted one of the issues with just playing blue-white in this format, which is that, like, there's just... You don't have quality enough removal to answer these things that you need to answer. Just like Seal Away and Baffling End, just have too many restrictions on them. Lyra should probably be attacking. I guess not this turn. After these things are just 2/2s, after this pops off, they probably want to start doing this. Yeah, I agree, Idle. That's a major bug for the auto-tapper. This is my Lyra that they took with Hostage Taker. And maybe there is something to this deck, like with Sphinx, but you just like need a red splash for Lava Coil, or like splash into like an Esper mid-range for Hostage Takers of our own, or Cast Down. Something along those lines. Teferi would be a good hit, but they do have 3 cards in their hand here, so we have to worry about counter spells. A perfect Rufio. Thanks for the heads up. I could, like, attack here and then, like, warrant this back to the top of my deck, but if I get counterspelled, I just get completely blown out. Leaving this card in my hand, though, is also kind of a liability.
Witness omnip. I know what must be done.
Nicol Bolas is actually dead here, right? I wonder if we're gonna get back into this game. There's no reason for them to block here because this is dying. This block is free. Sorry, Lyra. There's a warrant out for your arrest. You're a traitor. That's why I don't like Yancey. That's such a lazy comment. I like how we have a discussion about how we have all these other answers available to them. We just have to build the deck in a different way. And that person's conclusion is, nope, don't like standard, there's no answers. Oh, people are so silly. People will just say whatever they want to, like, validate their biases, basically. It's like, that person doesn't like standard, so, like, they'll make up something that's nonsense to, like, validate it. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen a PT and a GP in the same venue. Standard, I agree. Standard has a very good number of answers right now. Alright, did we do it? Did we slog through the Hostage Taker into Nicol Bolas? Okay, you're still dead on board. Got it. I did not think that game was going that way. Huh. Okay, so with Hostage Taker in mind, do I want some copies of Disdainful Stroke? I think I do, more than Seal Away. Yeah, Warrant was very good there. Thanks, Shady. Yo, I'm Slim Shadiest. I'm the real Shady. All the other Slim Shadies are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Okay, so I feel like I've robbed you all of the experience of my desk raising up now. It's so sad that the webcam has the audio foobarred. We'll get it fixed for tomorrow. I just don't want to debug it live with a bunch of people here. Rather just turn the webcam off and finish playing Magic for the day. Ooh, that's a good start. We haven't seen any, like, Ritualist style cards out of them yet. I'm probably not activating the map this turn. I'm just gonna, like, jam lots of 3s. Oh, man, I don't have a webcam on. I could, like, take my shirt off and stuff. Now, like, all of chat is sitting there imagining me sitting here naked, and it's great. How do I report your nakedness to Twitch? Well, now, I mean, come on, I said it so you would. I personally prefer white aggro because I feel like it has a little bit more play to it, but they both definitely have different bits of appeal. As far as this goes, I kind of like the core of what we had going on here. Just like the Sphinx, Angel, History, Dovin shell with some Teferi and a couple of counter spells. I do feel like the removal was a bit lacking though, and I'd probably want to experiment either going into red or black or something like that for either lava coils or cast downs or something along those lines. As a whole, though, I think this might be my deck of the day. I need to go back and double-check everything, but I really liked what we had going on. This card is just, every time we play this card, it feels incredibly powerful, and I really would like to play this in some more different shells and see how it feels elsewhere.